So I thought we'll have a chat about mental health.
Yeah,
I thought it'd be a good topic to start off with, just to understand, I don't know, just a point of view of men's mental health really and the impact of it through just general life, growing up, friends, family, and yeah, I guess just talking about our own personal experience in terms of mental health.
yeah. But what is mental health to you? Because it's a, it's obviously the term has come up so much in recent years,
Yeah.
and it's kind of used like even for what I would see is even things that seem to be weren't considered a mental health issue years ago is now a mental health issue. So what is mental health to you?
Yeah, see, when it comes to mental health, isn't it? Everyone has a personal description of what mental health is because different people have different tolerance to different things. I think for me, mental health probably mean just to have peace in my life, really. To be able to get up, being a Muslim, pray, go to work, come home, spend that time with family and God, and that's my I would say realm of mental health. Like that's my grounds of peace. And if that gets distorted, then to me that would affect potentially my mental health because those things are quite close to me. And if they impacted, they'll put me off balance.
Do you think there is a clear distinction between mental and physical health?
I think there is. I think there's a lots of studies, especially now. I went through a whole weight loss program a couple of years ago. And even though there are differences, they're both connected at the same time as well. You'll see a lot of therapists tell people to do exercise, go out in the daytime, um, to physically get yourself stronger so you can mentally be stronger as well. And physical doesn't mean you have to work out in the gym to become muscular, but just generally keeping your body connected. Um, and strength comes through both physical and mental well-being.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I think they're inextricably linked. You can't. It's kind of. I don't know how they could actually separate the two.
mm,
Because obviously, if you could feel like you've got anxiety, but actually you've just had too much caffeine. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So when people say, "Oh, I've got generalized anxiety," well, when you've got too much caffeine in your body, it gives you some of the same feelings as anxiety. Your heart starts beating with the thing, you get the jitters, and then it affects your thinking.
yeah,
Uh, but I would say mental health, it's either going to be something along the lines of you're having thoughts that you don't like seeing,
okay,
or you don't. There's a response from the thoughts that are going that you don't like the feeling of, or it could be a general state of mind. So obviously,
yeah,
if someone's in a depressed state, that's going to have an overall effect on their general mental health. I mean, by the very name of it, it's depressed, isn't it? You're depressing something, so
yeah,
you're not feeling as good as you could be. Um,
yeah,
and it's like one of the things I find interesting about it is that sometimes it's not necessarily the thoughts that cause the issue with you. It's just the fact that you're at a lower level where, do you know when like say on like when you catch a cold or you feel ill,
yeah,
and because you feel your body is not in a healthy state and you're not relaxed, your kind of chemicals in the brain are not functioning the same way.
yeah,
Like even someone putting their like mugs on the coffee table and it slamming a bit can trigger you to be angry.
yeah,
But you wouldn't usually be angry if you weren't feeling ill.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's lowered your kind of usual where you are on your baseline with your health. And then because you're in that lowered state, that simple thing that didn't bother you before now gets you annoyed and angry. Does that make sense?
It does, it does. But then you got to look at where that stems from, isn't it? You need to find out what's that, because no one just comes and goes, I got mental health or I'm suffering from mental health, you know. Um
Well, that's become the rage now. That's like people claiming mental health for everything.
True, true. And then we need to do, I think there needs to be a bit more work around to understand what is triggering a lot of mental health. If there is an increase, what's impacting? Is it environment? Is it social networking? Is it work? Is it family? And then there's so many different topics that someone needs to look at in terms of understanding how mental health impacts a person mentally or physically. Like I've just gone onto online just to type in the definition. So mental health meaning. Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It helps us determine how we handle stress and relate to others and make a healthy choice. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood to adolescence through to adulthood.
Mhm. Okay.
So yeah, healthy choices. And that's not just talking about choices in food. That could be choices in friends, choices in work, choices where you go on holiday, choices of type of music. I guess it's healthy choice. It's such a varied thing, isn't it?